Unrelated to my statements prior, if you aren't following me on YouTube, for years now I've had someone cyber stalking me. To the point last year I filed a police report to start the paper trail. And recent events happened that made me really grateful I did that. I was on live stream when I received an email informing me that this person was planning to interview and platform the man who sexually assaulted me in 2020. It seems that that's not going to happen, probably. And the general response to other people's respective audiences has been more so in my favor than in the favor of this person who has said and done really egregious shit, who has sent stuff to my house, contacted my dad, started the lie that my dad is a fucking Nazi when the man's not even a racist. I was planning to try to come back to content around today, but I need a further break, and I updated my Patreon members, and I promise that when I'm ready to be in a space to make content again, that I will make up for any missed time for people that choose to pay to support me. And I will be back to making content, but if you've never experienced re-traumatization, be grateful. It's really interesting how someone can be so set on needing and provoking a reaction to getting off to someone's pain. I'll never get it. Nothing I've done warrants what's happened recently to me on my channel, and this hate campaign that has escalated to this degree. And I've definitely talked my shit about like Zachary Michael, but before I even come back, I want to state like his most recent video I really think everyone should watch. I never thought I'd say those words again, but Zachary Michael made a video that I think very eloquently and very clearly showcased the situation that was trauma-informed and victim-minded. And as much as I have my problems with Zach and they have their problems with me, I respect the hell out of what they've done to make that video, and I thank him for that. And I already did in a comment, and this doesn't really change my opinions, and I know it won't change his about me, but if you are confused about any of this, I will link his video at the end of these Instagram stories so you can go watch and get an understanding of what the fuck happened to me this week. People like the man that has been cyber stalking me get a taste of power and get a taste of a platform, because like in his case, his friend was getting traction, and even though he had been terminated from YouTube twice and recently terminated from X, which allows Nazis on their platforms, that tells you how bad he is. It ultimately really boils down to this shit goes so real life sometimes that it's just not fucking okay. And for people whose literal job is to call me out, to stick up for what's right, I will forever be grateful for that, regardless of what happens. I know Zach is blocked on my Instagram, so I don't know if someone will forward these stories to him or not. but I have no intention of like watching his future content. I have not engaged with his content since I said, like, you know, I cut that was, God, what's it, months and months. I have not watched a single thing. And basically I think since he like started covering me, like really covering me, I don't agree with obviously how he characterizes me, but I can't express, and I will tell more detail in the future, just how much his video has helped me. And I know that it wasn't necessarily for me, but more for the topic at large. And like I said, like, I know moving forward, this doesn't change how he's going to discuss my content in the future and all of that. I don't expect that. I'm not insane. But I would be an ass and a hypocrite to not acknowledge how impactful his video was. So this is going to be the last slide. I'm going to link it here. I highly recommend watching it because there's a lot to be said there. And there's a couple small notes he said about me in the beginning that I obviously don't agree with, but everything else needed to be said and platformed in the way that it was, and I am genuinely grateful. And yeah, I also left a comment explaining some things too, so here you go.